But if somebody's in a relationship, I feel like you have to respect their partner, whether like you're just friends or it's work related or something. It's like you had all day and you can also just wait till the next morning. Like there's no need. And I say this often. I'm like, don't text my husband past like 9 o'clock. Like that, to me, that's the biggest sign of disrespect.
She will fight
because
you.
It's our time. Like at that point, it's our time.
She'll pull up.
About to catch these hands.
So I feel like it's just disrespectful. Like you don't know what's going on at home. You don't know if they haven't seen each other, if it's their time. Like I just think
crack.
past that time, there's just no more. So I kind of cut it off then. And that's just me. What do you think? Because you're with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark's single, Dwayne's with somebody, and I'm married.
Yeah, so we have all
so
three.
So we have like, it's a well-rounded perspective.
Yep.
So what's your thing?
I set the rule for us to 10 o'clock. That was the first time around just because we both worked late when we first got together. So I was like, I understand if you leave work at 10 and then like when your male coworkers text you at 10:30, it's like, hey, did I forget this? Mm-hmm. That's cool. I understand that or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to see that shit. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a person where like I feel like a lot of men do this when it comes to their partners. Like they'll see the shit, but they won't say anything because they don't want to seem bothered or threatened or seem like, oh no, you're whatever. Right. I'm not that nigga at all. So I'm like, so if I see it, I'm like, why is he texting you like so late? Mm-hmm. And then like, I don't care. Just give me like the whole like, oh, it's so for this person, this. All right, cool.
I feel like reason matters too then, right? Like, because if it's work or if it's something that's urgent or like it legitimately cannot wait, I can understand it. But if it's just like, hey, let's catch up, and it's fucking 11 p.m. or 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, ugh, could you believe? It's like, I could, bitch, and this could have waited till tomorrow.
Like, see, that's what I'm saying. And then my girl flipped it on me, and it's the same thing now. So it's like, there will be nothing on my phone that's passed or whatever, because there's been moments where we've been together, and then girls have texted me, like coworkers, but like I show her the text, and it's always work related. Yeah, it has nothing. It's never like what are you doing or anything like that. It's never that. So,
Mark, you as a single person, when you hear shit like this, what do you think? Do you agree or do you agree or do you feel like we're being ridiculous or like?
I completely agree. So that's why when I do the late night texts with these girls, you take it as a sign. Like that's one of the
something, right? You guys are so ridiculous.
That's why you can't do it with your friends.
Oh my god! No, I was gonna say the same thing. Like it's so fucked up because that's how we gauge if we can beat or not. Like, and it's so fucked up. But it's like if you text like us,
it's small things,
and it's like it's way past whatever. It's like, oh yeah, we can beat. Ain't even. Please.
Question. Before I forget, Dwayne.
Yes.
Does it have to do with an insecurity?
What do you mean?
As far as like what if somebody's texting her late? Would it bother you because you're like why does it bother you? Is it respect? Is it like, I don't know where this is going, I feel like you're gonna do something? Like, what is it?
It's full respect for me. Like I have a big thing on like respect and disrespect, and my girl knows this. So, like, and I'll take it even further from like stuff like that to like if I meet, because that happened a lot our first year. If I meet your male friends and I don't like the vibe or whatever, I'm gonna approach them some way somehow.
Wait, what does that mean?
Happens, by the way.
Wait, what do you mean? What does that mean?
What does that look like?
So, I've basically the stuff he knows is like I've like pushed the nigga and all that shit, but that he was pussy, so that don't matter. But like when it comes to me and her, I'll ask her about something. The one thing I feel like girls do that is always the worst is when they say like when I ask something, or when a man asks you about something, we just want an answer that is sufficient for like any normal thing. So it's like, if I say what happened to the car, don't go, oh, don't worry about it, or like, oh, that was so long ago, it doesn't matter. It's not sufficient. I just want to know what happened to the car. Mm-hmm. So like, if I ask, so and so, like you and him, like how long y'all known each other, and you say like, oh, it's whatever. Then I go, okay, like how? Because like you guys are so much older, and then you're all like, oh, like it doesn't even matter now. Like no one.
Oh yes.
Like
it's
that's
like red flag.
Instantly. So I'm like, all right, bet. Like
that answer pretty much means, oh, he was trying to get at me, but then we just kind of became
right. Yeah. So for me, in those situations, like, and my whole thing is, again, it's just respect, because I'm like, I don't like being out of the loop on shit, especially in those situations where you have to meet these people, go to these fucking dumbass parties and shit, and you have to like be around people, because I feel like
you feel stupid,
you
right?
feel super
like,
stupid.
Don't make a fucking fool out of me.
Like, these dudes could have been clowning me the whole time, and it's like, I did this and that, but then girls, for some reason, do the whole, like, it doesn't matter, or it was so long ago, like, it was who, I'm like, that does matter, though. It does. Because you look dumb. Because you're walking.
At those parties, like, that guy has all those friends, right?
Exactly.
And they're on his side.
It's like a fucking away game.
Yeah.
You have no support. Mm-hmm. So if you wild out, you just look crazy.
Yep.
So you got to hold everything in. You got to be all calm and shit. Then you have to like check dude a little bit in little situations. Be like, what's up, man? Oh, man, nothing, man. Hey, man. Oh, how you been or whatever? Oh, how'd you guys meet and everything? I'm like, okay, yeah, ask them questions. I'll tell you everything. Tell you everything. And that's how I feel. But of course, with niggas like him now, I know all the games, because this is like my cheat code in this shit.
Yeah. So I really did it for science. That's the really reason. That's why I did it.
Science. That's what he calls pussy.
Goddamn.
Oh, okay. Wait, before we continue, has there been situations...
what is this segue?
Because I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. Has there been situations where you've been out with your husband or whatever, and then people don't know
that you're together? Yeah.
And like, have you felt the vibe where like, or not even? Okay, let's do it both ways. Have they known, or have they known and not cared? And like, have dudes tried to approach you a certain type of way? And things like that. In the second part of this question, before you answer, and if it does happen, do you tell your husband, or do you just brush it off as like, I handle it?
So, my husband's Manny, which is
cool. She said it because
Mark's brother, and like they've basically grown up together. But Manny and I are super honest with each other, like beyond honest. I think we're like, I know about people he's talked to, or like people he's dated. I know about people, whatever, and so is he. Like, he knows all that stuff. So there's been occasions where like, I don't know if I've noticed it happening to me, but he'll say something like, oh, that guy was just looking at you. And I have blinders on at this point. Like, I'm just so happy in my relationship that I don't look at anybody anymore. Like, I'm like,
this is so false, bro.
I'm like, no, it's not.
This is so false.
Literally,
I hate this shit, man.
You know what happened the other day? And this just goes to show you, I tell Manny this all the time. I'm like, I don't look at anybody because I don't need to, I guess, anymore. We were in a restaurant with our friends. I ran to the bathroom before we all left. And they were like, okay, we'll wait for you outside. They ended up waiting for me inside. And I walked right by them and I exited the restaurant. And they were like, did you just not see me standing there? I was like, I don't look at people. Like, I just don't fucking look at people. But we're honest, and like, he'll tell me that, and like, we laugh about it. But I've experienced what you're asking on the opposite end, where we go somewhere. Should we wait for this?
Nah. Normal get really? Come join us in the hood.
We're really in the hood. If y'all didn't know.
It's true. We go somewhere, and like, my husband's the sweetest, like, most genuine person I've met. And if he likes, like, if a woman has a kind face, he'll be like, miss, you have such a kind face. I just have to let you know.
Damn, I gotta try that, man.
I've seen people take the compliment in a respectful way. And then I've seen the women who, like, I see the turn. And I see them looking at me. and they know that I'm with him, and they see the turn. Like, I see the turn in them, and then they're like, it's like, fuck you, wife. Like, let me get in this.
I'm down to share.
For those who aren't watching, Dwayne is like humping the fucking air right now. So I've seen that, and it's rude and it's disrespectful, and it's not his fault.
Right.
Because on his end, he's just being a kind person, and they're perceiving it how they want it. You know, that's what they want to hear, so they're acting on that. But yeah, I mean, I've seen it, and it happens. At the end of the day, it's like we're married, we have a kid together, so it doesn't really matter, you know? Or we've seen people, like, I know when we've run into people and Manny's either talked to them or been with them.
Like, well, of course, he told you.
Because there's a vibe. He'll tell me afterwards, like, if we run into somebody... Because we don't, like, he doesn't go down a list and he's like, so here's all the women I've been with. No, but like...
Here's the photo collage.
Right.
Remember that extra?
Mm-hmm. Right. Please don't. That's so disgusting. Oh my God. But like, we run into people and I can usually tell because they act some kind of way at the fact that he's married now. And it's like, let me prove myself kind of...
From the girl or Manny?
From the girl.
Okay.
Like, they'll be like, oh, hey, how have you been? So I've been doing this and this and this and this and this. And Manny's like, cool, I'm going to go finish this hike. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, like, we're honest about it. We talk about it. And if something happens, like, if we're out and, like, the bartender's, like, too kind and I know what he wanted, I'll be like, how funny that this guy was super nice before you got here. And now he won't even look at me. And we make a joke out of it. Real. We just make a joke out of it because what's there to be hung up about at that point? We have a fucking baby together. Like, I birthed this man's kid. There's like, you're fucking stuck with me.
She flexing on all you hoes right now. Like, she don't think I know, but I know. Like,